He was busy fighting.
Oh! Whoa!
Oh my god.
What?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Open Arms Reactions. My name's Casper Fox, this is Mortius, and today we're back with more Epic the Musical.
We are checking out the highly requested Gigi's God Games featuring Gigi herself. Say hi, Gigi herself.
Hello! It is I, Gigi herself. I was smiling at the camera and then I remembered that I'm not being recorded.
You're doing so perfect. I mean, honestly, you can, like, there's a reason that people like VTubers or even like camless people can still get successful, because you can hear, like, you can hear smiles and voices. So trust me, it's still coming through, and we are extremely lucky and grateful to have you on the channel. We are so excited for this. Like, God Games from the Epic Animator. Like, come on. I am so very excited for this. I don't really have a lot of, like, distinct questions already in my mind. I figure we're probably going to have a lot of questions as we get going, but is there anything that you want to just kind of share or give some perspective on before we hop into it as just a BTS or a sort of backstory to the animatic or anything like that?
Yeah, because if you notice, this is the longest I've ever took to work on anything ever. Like, I started this animatic back in September last year. So, and that is mainly because of the commissions that I got along the way. But also because you'll probably see on this animatic that normally my animatics are like animatics with bits of animation. This one is much more an animation with bits of animatics. So
That's awesome.
Very excited.
And yeah, I've been following along with, like, your kind of progress as you've gone. This is gonna be me totally outing myself here to both you and a bunch of other creators, but I have from like my teenage years, completely anonymous, not connected to Mortius at all. I actually engage with your content all the time on Tumblr, and no one has any idea because it's not connected to Mortius at all. So I've actually been following along with, like, your progress and all of those things for quite some time, and no one knows.
Oh, that changes everything. Like, like right now, whenever I post on Tumblr, I'll just like search up the names to see if I can find you spying me on.
See, what's funny is I actually just recently made a Mortius one so that I could actually engage as, like, the brand one, but previously it was not. So we'll see. All that being said, it's been lovely watching your progress. I'm so excited knowing that this is more animation heavy. And then for you guys, we'll talk about this a little bit later. I do know one thing. Casper does not. You all know what it is. I'll talk about it when we get there.
Oh no.
I know, but we'll talk about it when we get there. I know Casper's very confused. Don't worry about it, Casper. Let's hop into the animatic. Woohoo!
Father, God gave
Already fire. Already immediately so cool.
Father.
The, like, going up and then fading into that's awesome. I can see already what you mean. And look at, like, the way the dress, like, flows down. Like, that's sick. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a masterpiece. I already knew it was gonna be.
I learned how to animate fabrics for this animatic. It took a while, but
that's awesome.
You'll notice a lot of fabric action in this one.
I love the way that this musical and this community are pushing so many art. Like, when we had Britt was talking all the time about how, like, this has given her a better understanding of, like, lighting and things like that. And now you've learned how to animate one of the hardest things to animate. 'Cause, like, it's so cool seeing how this community drives artists to grow and improve. Which really says something, because even your earliest work was already amazing.
Oh my god.
Rarely do I ask for favors. Now I'm knocking on your door.
Look at this Coliseum. Look at this setting.
With one who's a Odysseus.
Oh, wow.
Before we get to Zeus, I am curious, what's the, like, I'm guessing those are bull horns to represent Zeus's animal. Is the circle in the middle anything particular?
No, yeah, it's a symbol I came up with to represent Zeus.
Gotcha.
And, because this whole Colosseum type of place is really, like, you can really tell that Zeus was the one that came up with it, you know? It has a lot of statues of himself and a lot of symbols to represent himself. And actually I have a bit of a fun fact about the Colosseum because when the Wisdom Saga got released, I had a trip planned to Rome, Italy, mid-September.
Cool.
And the last place that we would visit on the trip was the actual Colosseum. And when I went there, I was already planning on doing God games once I came back to Brazil. So on that day, I took a lot of footage, you know, I took a lot of pictures and I took a lot of notes. And this whole animatic is, like the notes I took about the more historical stuff helped me to come up with a lot of ideas for this animatic.
That's awesome. I like that a whole lot.
And a lot of the backgrounds are actually traced from some of the photos that I took there. I think this one is actually traced from a photo that I took there. Yeah.
That's amazing to have it actually inspired by like the original. That's so cool. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you are, as you said, like something that we've been actually also talking to the other animators about is this whole animatic versus animation thing. Yeah. And because like we talked with Paul about how because of how it actually started with actual like animatics where it would be accurate to call it animatics, but from what we can see already here, I would say this is closer to, as you also said in the intro, animatic with animation elements or just straight up animation. What is your kind of take on this whole animatic versus animation thing specifically in the Epic community?
So I might not have a very intelligent response to that because I never really, went to school and stuff like that. So I don't really, my understanding of the difference between animatics and animation is purely from YouTube videos. I think, I don't know, I don't really know how to label my own work anymore. And that's that's honestly something that I don't really think about. I just kind of call it animatic because there are still some parts of it that are more, drawing to drawing and flowing motion. Yeah. But honestly, I don't really. It's art. It's just art.
That's right. It is.
Yeah,
it is.
it is, and it's great.
It does make sense because also from like a manager marketing POV, animatic will do better numbers. So
because
even
it's
if you
what people are searching for,
it is people are searching for epic animatics rather than epic animations for some reason, and it's probably because of how it started. Like way back with your Horse and the Infant, that probably fits the animatic title a bit better than, because I feel like already here like 95% of this would be labeled as animation in my book.
It's like simply it's again that kind of in between point. So yeah, that's a really good question. And I love the way the eyes show from like the shadow. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
You are playing with thunder.
Oh my god.
That was my hand, by the way.
Hello?
Why not make it a game?
Oh hell yes.
Sick.
Oh.
Wow, what an intro. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's phenomenal.
That intro is actually a reference to myself because basically what happened is I did the Horse and the Infant animatic with which Zeus appears as a head in the clouds.
Yeah.
And then after that, I kind of wanted to retcon his design to make it more interesting because back then I wasn't really thinking about it. And
of course. And I mean, back then you couldn't have even known that he was going to have such a major role in 2 future songs. Like, that makes sense.
No, yeah, I actually knew because I listened like to the whole. I
true, fair.
kept up with. I like there were a lot of snippets back then, so I kind of knew that he would play a bigger role. But I don't know. I just did it without really thinking about it. And then before Wisdom Saga and Thunder Saga got released, I tried to work on a full body design for him. And then I kind of decided in this midpoint that I wanted him to, how do I explain this? Like in Tom and Jerry, whenever a human appears, it's like only their bodies and their head is like off screen.
Yes, that's fantastic.
That's basically what I would do for Zeus. I would never show his face. His face would always be like up in the clouds, and I would only animate his words by his body language. But then after Thunder Saga and Wisdom Saga came out, I really loved his voice, and I wanted to animate his face singing his words. So,
and I like how both of them
concept.
so far have just these sort of matte-like purple with the bright white eyes, and I've noticed both of them have a little bit of that glow effect around their eyes. Like you can see in the purple around their eyes, like that's a really subtle but good touch to kind of show the brightness and divinity of that.
Yeah, this scene has a lot of depth.
Yes.
I had a lot of layers to the clouds and the two of them. I really like the shots from the Colosseum. Like this.
It looks great, and especially like with this, because we see this in a lot of epic animators, especially with like we just had Annie Flama on a while back, who also kind of talked about how she signifies, or she puts the deities, like the eyes of the deities are glowing, just like you have here. So it's fun to see that these kind of like almost trends or whatever, like these like reoccurring things happens across all animatic creators, not just like singular ones.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really cool having that sort of like fan-made consistency within the universe. I agree completely.
Fanon?
Divine intervention. Is that what you seek? To untie apprehension.
And the way the camera shakes a little when his hands land.
Literally.
Like,
To untie
that's so sick.
that replace
Just casually flexing, you can draw hands, bro.
Nah, these are my hands. I feel a lot of references for this.
going under. Why not make it a game? Convince each of them that he ought to be released, and I'll release him.
Who's them?
And I'm
Ooh, here come
sorry,
the gods.
that like
No,
the lip syncing here?
Who's them?
That's incredible.
Dude.
Apollo!
Oh, I love him.
Hephaestus!
Yes.
The
Prosthetic
leg.
limb, thank you. Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
hell yeah.
Wait.
Aphrodite!
Aeolus!
Aeolus!
I
and the
thought I
minions.
saw that.
Oh,
I
look,
thought
Hermes
I
is right
saw
there.
that. Yes. Oh,
Yeah, I
absolutely
sneaked
love to
in.
see.
There will be a
Wait.
lot of character designs in this one.
Is that Artemis next to Hermes?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
from left to right, the characters are Hades.
Cool.
My design for them. These are my design for them. Hades, Dionysus, and Ariadne, which is his wife. Aeolus back up there with some minions. Artemis down there, Hermes, and some Lotus Eaters
Yes.
next to Aeolus.
No, you are still my go-to favorite, like, Aeolus design, and seeing them here fills me with joy. Like,
The guy with the sign. The guy with the sign is so funny.
sipping for Aphrodite, yeah, relatable content.
And a
but,
lot of faceless NPCs.
yeah, but that's still really cool. I love all the details there, and yeah, just Aeolus is great, because I'm still mad that Kira Stone wasn't in Vengeance Saga, but I won't rant about that
Me
here.
too.
Ooh.
Oh, mother.
Okay.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
And there he is in full.
What do you say?
Great.
Very well. All right.
Heck yeah.
Oh, the
Love
colors.
these shots. That's sick.
Bring it.
Cool. Yeah, huge fan of all of that. I'm sure we'll talk more about the designs and their individual parts, so I don't want to pause too much here because we're already so far into the video and only a minute into the animatic, but that was very, very cool. I like it a lot. Oh, I like the way she... I immediately pause again. I like the way that she, like, jumps up onto his, like, pillar there. That's cool. I like the way that, like...
Yeah.
she's clearly like meeting them where they are. That's kind of a
Brings the
cool way
color.
to do it. And yes,
Fire.
totally brings the color in.
I'm a fan of catchy songs with so many sirens gone.
Wait, were there any other Easter eggs there, or just adoring fans?
Look at them all.
Valid.
That's his toxic fan club.
And they're like Finn ears, so some of the sirens that he's talking about are here to support him. I love that. That's so fun. And I like how there's like guys and girls there, equally relatable. Apollo,
Yeah,
I get
these are
it.
his lovers.
I love it, as it should be.
Catchy songs with so many sirens gone. I think Cody's in the wrong.
They were trying to
And
do
playing the lyre
And he's
that's
still
actually
playing
happening.
it. Dude, even when he's not singing.
Reimburse them. Now they'll tread with caution first to live another day. Singing.
Oh my god. Dude, that's
Beautiful. Exceptional. Love it. I love the way that kind of power takeover happens. And I love the take because, like, there's that kind of recurring joke that, like, Apollo wasn't actually that, like, into it because of how easily he was convinced and kind of how flippant he is. And I like how your take isn't necessarily as, like, flippant, but that he's just doing it for the audience. Like, he's here
Yeah,
to be, like, he's just doing it for the bit. Like,
that's
like,
exactly
oh,
it.
audience, look, see, I'm participating. Like, I love the way he's playing to the crowd. That feels very fitting.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
because like with Apollo, I actually redesigned him for this video when God Games came out because his voice was, because I had an old design for him, which was more ethereal, but I changed it to fit more with his voice.
Yeah.
And I kind of came up with this like idol pop star aesthetic for him. Like,
I love it.
so I played a lot of that concept.
I feel very, like, semi-egotistical because it's such an amazing design and also a god, but I just genuinely feel like just the physique, like, I'm like, I want to now cosplay as Gigi's version of Apollo, just as I feel like that, like, body type and physique and even just, like, the sort of face and chin shape. I'm like, it's kind of me. I know that wasn't intentional,
please do.
but I'm like, is this kind of, it reminds me of me and that makes me happy, especially because I love this role. Oh, and then, yep,
oh.
the lava pouring. Let's go.
Even his force, why should I give him my support?
Oh.
He sacrificed his own cohort.
Oh,
hell yes.
Yes. Oh, and with the thunder strike
Smart.
happening in the background too, clearly indicating when, like, this is the mutiny. This is the moment when he sacrifices.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. And the, like, coloration under his arm with the orange and things like that is cool.
Wait,
That
what
shot
is
was
that
really
in
hard
the...
to make.
So sorry, no, go on, sorry.
No, that shot was really hard to make because I had to keep track of a lot of different things. Like the blade that he's hitting, it kind of glows very softly, and this scene has a lot of different effects. So it's kind of hard to. It was kind of hard to make.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with the lava
looks the part.
moving, the sparks, the lighting changing, the flame tattoos. What were you gonna ask, Casper?
I'm gonna ask, what is that in the background there? Like, it looks like a cyclops. With like a...
That is a tool for foraging. I don't know the name, but it's a...
Oh, it's like the
a foraging
tang thing,
tool.
whatever. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then, Casper, if you look down by Athena, you can see there's a smaller version of the same tool on
Yes.
the floor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because like whenever there's a segment of each god, I try to do the background like related to the god's domain. Like Apollo has some lyres and some.
Okay, the lyre, the
Yeah.
bow, cool. That's sick. Yeah, we didn't notice that for that, but good catch, Cass.
You forget they failed to listen. He was.
Oh, I think I went too far forward, actually.
He sacrificed his own cohort.
Did you forget they failed to listen? He was betrayed and then.
Heck yeah!
Oh, a little bit of the canon animatic.
I was just about to say that.
To build a future with
Yeah.
those who miss him.
Oh! Did you see that, Casper?
I did. I got super distracted by it because I was already thinking that, like, mythologically, if you give Hephaestus like more of a beer belly here, he kind of looks like what we in the North consider Thor to look like, and then how he kind
He's got
of
that hammer. Got
The hammer, the Mjolnir.
little bit of a Thor type. I can see that. But watch the way
Right
she...
decision. He can still build a future with those who miss him.
pew. Oh hell yeah!
turning
I love
Eurylochus
that.
into Telly, and oh, that's beautiful. What a great choice. I love the way he's got a little bit of like burn marks on his hand, like his fingertips there. Like, is that supposed to be like burn marks, scarring, or calluses? I mean, obviously it could be any of those or all of them at the same time and fit him, but I'm curious, like, with the sort of simple just sketch shading, what that was supposed to be. Callus versus scar versus...
I actually don't remember.
Entirely valid.
But it could be all three.
No, that's,
I really
that's
like
so
his
valid.
style.
I know you've been working on this for a long time. Ooh, and then the... Yes!
You're a little high and mighty. Odysseus claims to love his mother, but let her die of a...
Oh, and then she's reflected
Oh
on
my-
all the mirrors. That's messed up.
Yeah.
I love it though.
Oh.
Oh, and even her floor is a
No
mirror.
question.
So with her, I like that a lot. I like the way that like everything is very mirror-y, kind of reflecting a little bit of the vanity, the sort of self-image, desire, all of those different aspects, to the point where there's a bunch of hanging mirrors and even the floor. Yeah, what is up with the question mark?
The question mark?
Is that not supposed to be a question mark?
Wait, what are you talking
Up
The
about?
top.
sort of middle top of the screen on the diamond mirror. At this angle, it totally looks like a question mark. Is it not?
That was not supposed to be a question mark. I was just drawing like less detailed versions of
That's
Odysseus'
so
mom.
funny.
And,
Oh, that's supposed to be like, that's
and I
really
accidentally
funny.
drew a question mark.
That's really funny. Yeah. Well, I mean, fair enough. Yeah. It's, you're always going to sacrifice some detail, but that's really funny. Both of us are like, oh yeah, why question mark?
I never noticed that looks
I'm
so
so
like a question
sorry.
mark.
So sorry to you and the audience who will now not be able to unsee that when they watch it.
No, it's great.
Of a broken heart. He was busy fighting.
Oh! Oh! Whoa!
Oh my god.
What?
Heart. He was busy fighting. More like busy spiting. The Cyclops let him
That's
Oh.
so sick! Hold
was
I,
busy
Polyphemus.
fighting. More like busy spiting. The Cyclops
wow.
That's so clean.
let
Holy
him
sh-
feel the pain that his mother felt and wrought.
And then she crawls out of the mirror, friggin' horror movie style. Oh my gosh! Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's horrifying.
Oh my
That's
god, the camera rotation as well.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's like a 2D 360 shot.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. We haven't gotten one yet. We'll see. We'll see. It has to come at one point, right?
No, actually, the Hephaestus part was had a 360
I
shot with
missed it.
Athena's
Oh, I was too
memory.
Damn it.
distracted by all the other details. Casper, we're slipping.
Sorry.
Ooh, and now her. Ooh!
Ooh.
Really, Athena? These old tricks?
Whoa!
Oh hell yes.
Hold on. Look at his hourglass.
So cool.
And then
oh
I already.
my.
Casper,
They're like little swords on it.
look at that.
That is so
Like
cool.
his
Holy shit.
piercing through hers is
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
wild work. That's
It's
awesome.
It's
Fucking
a reference
slay.
from that one Jorge video that he kind of explained what was
Yes.
happening in this scene. I tried to animate that because I've never seen anyone trying to animate that, so I tried to like, this is Ares' quick thought. Like
Yeah,
it has a bunch of
breaking
swords
into
and
his.
stuff. Yeah.
That's super sick. And I like the way that, like, it's almost hard to tell if they're like swords, spears, or broken glass. And really, it kind of feels like it's all three, like on the outside. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Ooh. Whoa!
Oh hell
Excuse
yes.
me, like the shadow form? Whoop, boom! Let's go!
That's fire. Oh,
I like
and should
how
I-
she was so excited. Like she was like, "Oh yeah, go get him!" I love that.
Coward holds back his power while his friends get devoured. He didn't
Oh,
even
hell
fight
yes.
Scylla, didn't even try to kill her.
Oh, he's
Hides inside
reflected in the
wooden horse to
swords,
get-
like as a
That's
shadow.
so sick.
That's so cool.
And then,
Yeah.
Casper, is there anything else you want to focus on here? Because in just a moment, there's something else we're going to need to be distracted by. Was there anything else you
no.
wanted to mention? Okay.
He didn't even
Because,
didn't even try.
this axe is about to be thrown into the crowd, and, Hey, Casper, duck.
Oh yeah, Aeolus, like you catch Aeolus. That's so cute.
Who else?
Wait. You did not.
I did, yes.
Casper, we're in a
This
Gigi
is what
animatic.
This is what you got spoiled? No.
Yeah, I did. And what
I tried so
That's
hard
so
not to mention it anywhere to not spoil you guys.
So, I will try to keep this as brief as possible, but I do need to do a quick soapbox. Guys, I know you love sharing things with us. I know you are excited about things, but I really need you to listen to this. Do you see how cool it was to see Casper's reaction? You don't get that because you told me. You don't get that from me because you told me. And for those of you who didn't, I am so sorry that someone else took my reaction from you. I know you are all excited. I appreciate your excitement. I had a Twisted premiere literally an hour after this animatic went up, and 3 people said it in that premiere chat.
Oh, that fucking
hour
sucks.
later. An hour. Forget all the people who tagged me in the TikTok video. That is its own separate thing. But even just in my own premiere chats, like, guys, you have to remember, we are first-time our job is reaction. And in your excitement, you will take that away from us and from all of the other people who like our content. I don't want to make anyone feel too bad. I don't want to like really guilt trip, but like really, I feel like I've said it in the past and clearly it has not sunken in. So maybe I need to do just the tiniest bit of guilt tripping. You took my reaction away. If you tagged me in the TikToks or if you mentioned it in my various premiere chats. Please consider how much cooler it will be if I don't know something is going to come before you share it. And that applies to both of us. That is my little mini soapbox. Back to cool things. Casper, we're in a Gigi animatic!
We're in a Gigi animatic! And Orchie's in the middle! That's so cute! I love that so much.
And actually, you know what's cool? When I got tagged in the TikTok, once I realized I closed it really fast. I actually didn't even register. Realizing the aura is there is actually new to me. I didn't register that part of it because of how quickly I would close it. I registered like the 2 of us in like the stands, but I didn't register any detail work. So that's so fun. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, look at us. Oh my gosh. So yeah, look at that. And then as the like axe comes in, we've got the Artemis dodges out of the way at maximum speed. Hermes like protects Aeolus. Hermes like picks up Aeolus and throws her out of the way. Oh my god, I love that. And then of course the 2 of us kind of dodging.
Oh my god,
that's fantastic.
Gigi, I love that.
Thank you so much, Gigi.
Oh my
and I'm
god.
so sorry that I was not able to stay spoiler free up until this reaction, but thank you so much for this inclusion. Let's go back to that Aries section.
That's coward holds back his power while his friends get devoured. He didn't even fight Scylla, didn't even try to kill her. Hides inside a wooden horse to get the job done. Never handles things of blood, pathetic and weak like his son.
Oh,
awesome. Shit.
Yeah.
Hold your tongue now.
Oh,
yes.
I need to see, like, is that supposed like her hand turning it over?
Yeah,
that's
sick. The representation of her power.
Gigi!
Oh my god.
Cow.
Oh, this frame is great, actually. I forgot about it.
Yes, this frame is excellent. And the way it kind of fades into and now back in her color scheme. But I like that even though it's her color scheme in the forefront, you still have a little bit of his red in the background, kind of displaying that layering you were talking about from Jorge's video.
Yeah, I tried to draw like another frame of like like a third hourglass breaking into those 2 previous hourglasses, but it was getting too confusing, so...
That's totally understandable. I think the way you did it was excellent anyway.
Agreed.
Yeah.
My friend, and tell your lover that a broken heart can mend.
Wait, does she? I didn't even notice this at first. Does she have like a little heart beauty mark? I didn't even notice that during
Yeah.
Athena's section. I was too distracted by all the other details. That's cool. I love giving her a
She
little
has.
heart beauty mark. That's fun.
Heart commands. You want more bloodshed, then set him free to get back to his.
Wow. All these impact frames? Like, oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Gigi, these impact frames are exceptional. Where's another one? I knew there was another one right after that. Maybe? Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Wow.
Oh hell yeah.
That's so cool. And then there's one more. Oops, I'm pressing the wrong button. Wow. Yeah, these are sick. What a cool touch, Gigi. This is awesome.
Thanks. And actually, I have a bit of a fun fact with this
Ooh,
one
yes,
because
please.
I haven't seen anyone mentioning it. But basically, with Ares' quick thought, he has all these different weapons sucking into the ground and stuff.
Yes.
And those are supposed to be weapons from fallen warriors. Which you don't have any indication about that, except for the fact that Aphrodite is sitting on top of a very familiar sword, which is Eurylochus' sword.
I see. Yeah, the big one from Final Fantasy. Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
That is really cool. I
What
like
a
that a
cool
lot.
detail.
That's an awesome detail. I want to look out. Wow. Yeah, that's sick. I like that a lot. So I have to imagine that really unique shaped one, the Sinner, is a reference to like a specific mythology or something that I'm not familiar with. What's that one supposed to be then?
No, I didn't like, this concept is mostly in my head. Like, Eurylochus' sword
Oh,
is the only
gotcha.
one that kind of shows this concept.
Gotcha,
but
sorry.
it's
When you
mostly
said
in my
fallen
headcanon.
soldiers, I was thinking you were going to say like maybe one's like an Achilles weapon and one's like a Hercules weapon. Like I thought it was going to be like other
He's
fallen
definitely around
things,
there.
but
He's definitely there.
that's cool. I like it.
Him free to get back to his homestead. He'll make everybody
wow.
bleed.
So cool. Yes.
Best part.
Yes.
hell
The
yes.
peacocks, the like, and that was like the color kind of splashes out. That's cool.
Oh my god.
like
that's
that.
that's
Feathers.
literally that's the best part of this animatic, honestly.
Yeah.
This Hera segment.
You're saying the best part isn't me and Casper? No kidding.
aside from that, my favorite part is this whole segment.
I'm looking forward to it. I love these shoes. Slay.
He's pretty
Oh my
skilled, but
god.
you can do better than that. He's kind of funny.
Never once has he cheated on his wife.
I love the birds bobbing their
so
heads back
cool.
and forth with
Dude.
it. They're vibing. I love
This
it.
and the paparazzi flashes almost
Yeah.
like is all over.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Okay, go ahead. Can you say what you were going to say? But then there's one interesting thing I want to mention.
Because basically with this segment, this whole segment is very special to me because I did a Hera animatic back then with the snippet audio available at the time, and I based this part a lot from my previous animatic of her,
Okay.
but I basically made it better. There's a lot of little technical stuff about this part, specifically because I had a very clear vision for Hera. I wanted to characterize her as best as I could, and she has like 20 seconds, so every shot in this counts as a moment to characterize her in some type of way.
Yeah.
Like the flashing lights and beats of the song are definitely supposed to look like paparazzi.
Yeah. Paparazzi.
I don't know how to English. Flashing
I'm used
camera
to it.
lights. And this part of the shoes coming down as well is very intimidating. The
Yeah.
camera is on the ground. It looks like she'll crush you. There are a lot of angles. I really love this whole segment, honestly.
Not Casper and I having
No.
the same brain there. We're terrible.
Back to
my
Neil's ruthlessness.
curiosity, this is going to cut, and if you say like, no, this is not intentional, I just didn't want to draw big feathers everywhere, that's totally understandable. But as like a like former biologist and like animal nerd and everything like that, I am really curious because the feathers behind her are very much like the stereotypical big feathers, but then the peacocks next to her don't really have that as much. And I'm wondering if that's intentional. Like, are these supposed to be peahens?
No, these are peacocks, but I didn't like. Like I think this size works better. This size works better with the general composition.
Gotcha.
Like the little. I think if their feathers were bigger, it would kind of take a lot of the focus away from Hera herself.
No, that's totally valid. And I was just like, I knew that might be the answer, but also, even if unintentional, I find it kind of interesting the idea that like the like goddess of marriage, goddess like often attributed to like womanhood and things like that, because I don't know if you guys know, Mason, I'll have Mason put 2 pictures, but this is a peacock versus a peahen. So here, with the feathers not being as big, it kind of, for me, feels like it's showing that Hera is prioritizing womanhood over beauty. Because male peacocks are the ones that have the really big feathers, and then female peacocks, aka peahens, are the ones that have much more subtle tail plumes. And so here I find it interesting because it's like she's surrounding herself with like female peacocks, even though those are traditionally considered not as beautiful. And so even though that totally wasn't intentional, I like it as a detail.
No, never mind. This was like, can you everything you just say? Can you like edit it so it's my voice and I'm explaining all of this?
You're like, no,
that sounds smart as hell.
That's totally what I intended. That's, like I said, I'm a total animal nerd. I have literally worked with peacocks at a previous job before. And so I just couldn't help but notice that, like, it's interesting, it's like the, like, feathers behind her are more of like a male plumage, but the animals themselves are more of a female plumage. And I just found that interesting, was curious if it was intentional or not. So now it is. Haha.
Hell yeah. Same.
And actually, I don't want to take too much time for this segment.
Dude, take all the time you want.
But there is this part where Athena says he's pretty skilled with words. In that shot, where Athena says that, it's actually a reference to, you know, remember when I said that I didn't Hera Animatic when it was only a snippet back then?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what happened in this part of the song when I did that old Animatic, I misheard what Athena said. And I heard her saying he's pretty skilled with birds instead of he's pretty skilled with words. And back then, I thought that was kind of a weird line. But I was like, all right, I can work with that, I guess. So in my own Animatic, I drew Athena holding up a peacock to Hera to represent his pretty skilled with birds. And and then after I posted that video, a lot of the comments were like, oh, Gigi is really clever because she drew Athena holding a peacock and birds sound like words. And that's very intentional and clever from Gigi. And I was reading that and I was like, oh my God, she's saying words.
That's awesome.
So
I
felt really embarrassed. But I decided to reference that in this video.
That's awesome. I love self-referentialism.
He's kind of funny. Never once has he cheated on his wife. Release.
The way they turn around like, ooh, ooh.
Oh, and
I love
that's so
because
nice.
so many people say like maybe the reason he got so mad here is because that was her winning argument, and so you kind of give a little bit of credit to that.
Wait,
That's
what do you mean?
awesome.
No.
Yeah.
Luke has confirmed that.
Oh,
that
really?
is canon.
I haven't seen
Luke
that.
has confirmed that.
Oh.
Yeah, Luke has yeah.
Well, maybe if you told me things, Casper.
Bro, just go to him stream. Go on stream with him. He says it all the
You
time.
two
Bro,
stream so much. I have a real job. I can't
don't.
keep up. I know. Jesus.
I say Peacock Society is calm.
And won. Release him.
You dare to defy me?
Oh, hell yes.
You ashamed? No one.
Oh, Tiresias was there.
Defy me.
Yeah, he's listening to the
Tiresias?
soundtrack.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Bro, The f you looking up for? You can't see that shit anyway. What the fuck is? You're there to define me.
He is looking at a spoiler. He's looking at a spoiler that will happen
What's
in a
happening?
moment.
Someone tell me.
Oh, he's looking at a spoiler. He's looking at a spoiler.
he's
Loud
he knows what's
incorrect.
about to
Loud
happen.
incorrect buzzer.
To make me feel shame. No one beats me. No one wins my game.
Wow, what a show. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Can we talk about how you show his power by giving him an impact frame when there's no impact? He's so strong that his anger invokes the same effect as divine weapons hitting each other. That's wild.
Yeah.
No one wins my game. Thunder, bring her through the ring.
Ooh.
Oh, Ares steps forward.
Judgment come.
Oh!
Who makes the kingdom fall?
Grabbing the eagle is wild work. I could analyze
that.
each and every one of those frames. We are already at like over 45 minutes at this point. So, my question for you is just what do you have to share? Because I know if I ask the questions, it's going to go way too long because I'm very wordy.
That's terrible because it has a lot of little interesting stuff. But the main thing that I wanted to share is that the shot of the eagle coming to his hand was taken from a scene of Aladdin, which as a reference, it's a shot from the Whole New Road song that I reversed it and used as a reference. Yeah, this one with the clouds. I reversed it and used as a reference for the shot.
Gotcha. That's
I'm
cool.
positive. Mason, don't put that on screen or else Open Arms will fucking shut down because Disney's copyright is fucking trash. But yeah.
No, it's dude, we've reacted to multiple Disney movies. Netflix
Nuh-uh.
is trash.
Yeah, but Aladdin is on Netflix.
No, it's not. It's on Disney Plus. Casper, get it together. Oh, this is so cool, though. And the fact that I'm going literally frame by frame and something is changing almost every time,
Bro.
like, this is absolutely animation.
Animatic my ass,
there's
bro.
no-
Like,
Oh
hello?
my gosh, and then the impact frame! Oh! Wow. Stunning.
Is she dead?
Apparently not.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Huh?
Her helmet shattered off. Look at her. She's
It's
so pretty.
colored. It's colored.
Gigi color?
So this
Gigi
was actually
color?
the first. This was the first thing that I did for this animatic, and this
Really?
the flashback sequence, and it was the main reason why I never gave up on this project because it turned out so good that I wanted to animate the rest of the song to kind of lead up to this moment.
That's
And
amazing.
it was also my first fully colored work. If you don't count the Flowers animatic from Hadestown. This one was
Right.
I did this before the live stream. Would You Fall in Love with Me Again? So
Wow.
it's very special to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
as
You
it
should
be.
do
It's
colored.
amazing.
Obviously, colored animatics with everything you've already going on probably
so much
takes like
longer, yeah.
so long. But dude, yeah, your color animatics a peak, and I hope we see more of them in the future.
Yeah. Absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful. Wow. Oh, I dub that. Oh, the way he reached him both hands out. Oh, and then the soft smile. That's beautiful. What?
Oh my god.
Excuse me? What are we looking at here? What is
That's basically
Is that like supposed to be like her like divine form?
Yeah, so if you she basically transforms right now.
Yeah.
And
Whoa.
yeah, that's
Casper
that's,
wasn't looking.
What?
I saw what she's transforming into because I was trying to go a frame at a time, but you weren't looking, so you'll see it in a moment.
I was
Look.
looking at you like visually. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I was
look at
looking at
this.
the screen. Sorry.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh, like just the way the wings are moving is incredible.
my
But then watch what it
God.
turns into, Casper. Boom!
Oh.
yeah.
Oh my god.
It's giving Harpy Ida. those words are going to mean nothing to Casper. Maybe it will in the future, if we can get away with that. But this is definitely giving Harpy Ida. I love it so
Whatever
much.
that means. I'm thinking more Valkyrie, dude.
Mason,
even though it's the wrong
Mason,
mythology.
Harpy Ida. Okay. And now, maybe Valkyrie. That's a fair point, too. That's probably more accurate.
Don't, please, for the love of God, do not put Valkyrie from Marvel. I will crash
not
out.
that one.
Put
Not
a
that
mythologically... Gigi, you were going to say something. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that this was very hard to animate because I've never done wings before, and it's and she'll fly around in a second, and
look
I
at
don't
the,
even
flowing
remember
of the like the wing to wing, the fabric to wing, like
which
something
was also
happens
first time.
every frame.
No, the fabric is my favorite part of this whole animatic. I love the fabric in this one.
Gorgeous.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Oh. Oh, the word I can't pronounce. Holy yes.
And the ichor coming, and he catches her.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Gigi.
Wow. Wow, wow. And look at that concept art down at the bottom. Oh my
I love
god. That's incredible.
Wait.
This is a
Let it play.
masterpiece.
Let it play. Let it play.
There we go. Oh my gosh. It's a Casper Fox. That's awesome.
I'm a
Special
patron.
thanks.
Yeah. Special
Oh my
thanks to
god.
Casper.
Yeah, pronounce that fourth one. Kvadraničtani.
Iokans Biaxo Pioios.
Whoever that person is terrified.
I'm so sorry.
Because I said SpongeBob SquarePants in Russian right before. Bob Kvadraničtani. Gigi, my goodness, dude. There's been something I've been
masterpiece.
I have been waiting to ask you this since because I didn't feel like it would fit in to the video. So I think that a big, if not the majority part of the community. So back when Hamilton, as I've been reading myself to, got animatics, there was a singular person people would consider like the canon animatic creator for Hamilton back then. And I've been seeing a lot on my feed since I got into Epic that like these memes with like the history book on the shelf and like the ABBA song and shit like that. And they put the Hamilton creator or the Hamilton animatic creator there. And then you have kind of become the face of Epic animatics to
Absolutely.
a big chunk of the community, and people like there's a lot of talk about like the Epic Big Three and stuff like that, and you are always included. You're kind of always front and center. Like it's always Gigi. You start with Gigi, you end with Gigi. It's Gigi. How do you feel about that? And has that kind of like, for example, with such a big animatic like God Games, do you kind of feel the pressure of having such a high status in the community that like maybe when you're doing this animatic like for God Games that like, oh no, I have to get this like perfect because there's like an expectancy of me, or how do you like feel about that?
Firstly, the Hamilton artist, is it Suzanne? I don't know how to pronounce their name.
I have no idea because
I
we might
think
check
it
those
is.
out on the work.
I think it's because I've already seen some comments like that in the past. I feel really special when people compare me to this artist because they were actually the artists that inspired me to start making animatics.
Wow.
And it's very crazy because I definitely feel a lot of the love. And it's really cool. I don't know if I have a lot of pressure. I don't think I have a lot of pressure.
I'm glad.
That's good.
I think it's mostly right now, how can I make my previous work even better right now? Like how can I outdone my previous works, you know?
You feel you feel the pressure of your own expectation more than the audience.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But it's also I definitely think a lot of the reactions and what people are gonna think about whenever I work on certain parts of my animatics, and that actually inspires me a lot to keep going and make it even better. So it's very positive, I think, and I really like it. I don't know. I think
That's great.
I'm so glad to hear that. My one other big question for you before we wrap things up, and obviously this is very like semi-self-centered and egotistical, but I also think that the audience is going to be genuinely kind of curious about it, is just like, at what point in this journey did you decide, like, I want to include Casper and Mortius in this? Like, at what point kind of in your thinking and your ideology and everything, or ideation and everything like that, like, is this something that as soon as you were adding background characters, you were like, I want to include these two? Was it kind of towards the end of the process? Like, what really was the thought process of deciding you wanted to include two real life mortals among these gods?
That was actually my dad's idea. Shout out to my dad. He really likes you guys.
Thanks, Papa Gigi. Oh my gosh.
And he gave me that idea before, like, I told him that I was planning to do God Games. When the Wisdom Saga came out, and he gave me that idea to like sneak in some little Easter eggs in the audience, and
That's
he thought it would be
awesome.
cool to include the two of you, and I agree.
Well, thanks,
That's so
Papa
sweet.
Gigi. I love that so very
Oh my
much.
God.
Well, thank you, Gigi, for everything about this animatic. Especially special thank you to that little bit of cameo there. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I am sure we will have Gigi back the next time they make another masterpiece. But for now, that is all we've got for today. Casper, what should the people do if they want to support us?
Well, there are multiple ways you can do it. First of all, you can see the names scrolling on each side of the screen right now. Those are our patrons, and they allow us to make videos like this. And I know we said it's not a real job, but you guys make it a real job. So thank you so much for allowing us to do this for a living. Me full-time, Mortius, well, could full-time, but part-time because he has a very important job helping out the youth,
But,
which is really
at
awesome.
this point, I am actually, I don't know if I've said this on my solo channel, I don't know if I've said this on Or, because of you all, I am 3 days content creation, 2 days vision therapy. This is now
Oh my God.
this is my primary job. It is not my only job, so I still don't consider myself full-time content creation, but being a creator, doing this for you all, is now my primary job. I do this more days a week. I am down to only 2 days a week at my other job, and it's because I love doing it and I change lives doing
Hell
it.
yeah.
But like this is what supports my family and what I dedicate more of my time to. So thank you all very much.
Oh.
And if you cannot support financially, guess what? Yes, you can. Because when you watched an ad on this video, it gave us money. And so if you go down and make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're liking the video, make sure you're doing all the things to get us and our ads in front of as many other eyes as possible, that still helps. And though this is never an expectation, time is valuable. I am never going to guilt trip anyone who skips ads. That being said, if you ever click on a video and you're like just using like a video's background noise, like there's a reactor who I'm very regularly watching, kind of half paying attention while I'm like making food. I never skip their ads, because if I'm just making food anyway, I don't care if there's a 2-minute ad while I'm making food before I actually get there. So if you have the time and ability to not skip ads, it actually makes a huge difference in the amount of revenue we are able to make from here. But no matter what, any engagement really helps. So thank you all very much for being here. Thank you, Gigi, for being here. And as always, greet the world with open arms, and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.